Yo, it's level 7 and let's talk Arizona Cardinals. Man, oh man, there has been drastic changes these last 3 weeks. We have went from 6-4 to now we are 6-7. We were above 500 and now we are below 500 with less of a 10% chance of making the playoffs.
Oh no! We suck again!
We were dominated by the Seahawks on Sunday, and I was very angry. But I am here to tell you that it is not over. It is not over. And I know this is not what Cardinals fans want to hear right now, especially from me, the guy that said they were going to dominate the Seahawks twice and got their ass beat twice. But I'm here to tell you that it is not over and we are not out of the playoff race. Not yet.
How would you evaluate your season?
I think we ain't done yet.
You personally?
I think we ain't done yet.
But a lot of things have to change. And that starts with head coach Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon, JG, one of my favorite head coaches so far, as he has been an Arizona Cardinals head coach. He's been one of my favorite. But there are some things that need to change. JG, all 4 of these games, last game was a must-win game also, but these games are must-win, or this 5%, 10% chance of us going to the playoffs drops steeply to 0%. We do not want to have another one of those seasons where we were at the top of the world and we were beating teams that we weren't supposed to beat and doing things that we weren't supposed to do, and now we're completely out of the playoff picture and losing to teams like the Patriots and the Panthers. That is the 2 things that cannot happen. These 2 back-to-back weeks, you play the Patriots that you must dominate. You must not just beat the Patriots. You must dominate the Patriots. And it's not because the Patriots are a bad team. You must dominate just to prove a point. And that comes down to you, JG. And I'm going to say this because last week we had the chance to go for it on a short 4th and 3 drive, but we chose to send Chad Ryland out there, which seems like it would have been a good choice, but no. Go for the gusto. Trust in your guys, JG. I said this last week, and this week you did not trust in your guys, and you sent Chad Ryland out there in a must-score situation. Not a must-score for 3 points. If we weren't going to score a touchdown on that drive, we weren't going to score a touchdown on the next drive. So, JG, it starts with you, man. Put your neck on the line, and like I seen you when you were with the Eagles and you were driving down the street in the Jeep, for the rest of the season, we got to gut all of our opponents. Every single one of them from this week on.
Let's fucking go!
Now let's move down from JG, 1 tier down, and let's talk about Drew Petzing. Drew Petzing, you are ass, buddy. You need to be better in all different types of facets. In your press conferences, get me mad because you answer the questions in the same way with the smug attitude. Drew, stop scheming up these weak ass route concepts. Kyler Murray is a QB that can scramble. He is a QB that can scramble and he can pass in the pocket. But why do we have him passing in the pocket for 75% of the plays? When we do get him in play action, those have been the most explosive plays that this offense has caused this entire year. When we get him on those boot plays, like I said last week, what happened? We hit Michael Wilson for a 49-yard touchdown against the Seahawks. Our only real explosive play of the day. We have to make sure that that's what we're doing. Get him in those boot play action plays, and like we hit Trey McBride versus the Jets, hit Trey McBride in those flats. Don't just try to force the ball to Trey McBride, Drew, when it comes to the red zone because he hasn't got a touchdown. We can't do that. We can't afford to do that right now. It doesn't matter if Trey McBride doesn't score a touchdown if we win these games. Now, it goes down to Kyler Murray. Kyler, you have to have better decision making. I'm rocking with Kyler. I'm not with this, Kyler Murray is not the guy shit. I'm not going to forget about the first entire 10 weeks of the season, 8 weeks of the season, just because of these last 3 weeks. Kyler was playing at a very high level. He had us in the position to possibly win 8 games. 8 games he had us in the position to win, we wouldn't have been in this situation in the first place. But that doesn't negate the fact that Kyler has not been playing good these last couple of games. Kyler, I don't think he played bad against the Vikings, but he's had 2 of his worst games of the year against the Seattle Seahawks. And even though one of those interceptions was actually a very good defensive play, the other one was just sloppy footwork. And we got to get that together, Kyler, because I believe in you. I believe that all this shit that they're saying about you not being clutch at the right time of the year is bullshit, man. We got to put this together. We got 4 games with this season on the line, Kyler, where I need you to do that MVP magic shit that you did your MVP year in 2021. I know we don't need you to do that to win, but now we need it. We're put in a situation where, because of the mistakes that you've made, we need you to play like that for at least 4 games just to try to sneak us into the playoffs. And I need better effort all around, offensively and defensively. And I don't even want to talk too much about Drew Petzing, but damn it, it's too many go routes, man. It's too many go routes from Marv, bro. Get him worked into the route concepts. Stop running only these mesh concepts. Stop running only these all dig concepts. You love to just run like flood concepts where all the routes are in run area. These mesh it's weak, man. Get to that play action boot. Get Kyler out of the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Some of those creative plays that we were running when we were playing against bad teams. Why can you only call good games against bad teams? It's not like, bro, he literally cannot call a good game against a good team. He calls good games against bad teams only. Like, this nigga pulling out his best fucking plays against the worst teams in the NFL. All right, but that's beyond me. All right, but here is how we get in. If the Rams win tonight, we need to root for the Rams to win for the entire rest of the year. And that probably doesn't make any sense, right? We need to root for them to win up until they face us. If the Rams can win and beat every other team that they face this year, except for us, that's what we need. We have to win out, because if we lose, it is over. It is completely over. I'm mad that we're even in this circumstance, because as you know, I was the guy that said we're going to go from worst to first, as this is still a possibility, but it is very slim chance. It's a very slim chance. Now, the Seattle Seahawks are coming up against the toughest stretch of their season right now, where they face the Vikings and the Packers back to back. Now, this week they play the Green Bay Packers. Now, even though the Seahawks have been playing good and they beat our ass, the Seahawks may just have our number. Now, I do not think that they match up well against the Green Bay Packers, and I do think that the Green Bay Packers will win that game. If they don't win that game, that means that we would need Seattle to lose to the Vikings, the Bears, and the Rams. But the best case scenario for us this week is that the Seattle Seahawks lose to the Packers. Next week they lose to the Vikings. They can beat the Bears, but if they lose to the Bears, that's great. Caleb Williams, if you beat fucking Seahawks, I love you for the rest of my life. And if they lose week 10 to the Rams, that means that they had a complete collapse and they went 8-9 to finish the season. Now, if the Niners beat the Los Angeles Rams tonight, then the Rams playoff chances are fucked. The Rams are in essentially the same scenario as us, where they have to win out because of the position that they were put into at the earlier point of the season. So, although it seems like this is less than a 10% chance, remember that, guys, those are just numbers, and that these teams have to play these games, man. And the Cardinals are not out of it yet, and I'm going to root for my team to turn it around. This is a revenge game for Kyler Murray on Sunday, because 2 years ago to this day, he tore his ACL against the New England Patriots. So I'm pretty sure he'll probably be itching to go back out there and play against the team that he tore his ACL against, and maybe he has a good game. I think he will have a good game. I'm not going to give up hope. I'm not the type of guy that just because the back is against the wall and nobody believes in us, that I'm going to back down. I'm going to hold my ground. And if I'm dead ass wrong, I'm going to be dead ass wrong. But, that's all I got to say for this video. It's not over yet. Let's go Cardinals. Peace. like, and subscribe, and all that shit too.
Yeah, you gotta get money every day. You gotta get money.